Hi students, welcome to my channel. My name is T. Rajshekar, working as a lecturer in Civil Engineering, College, SRRS Government Polytechnic, Sicily. So today I am going to teach you the subject of Transportation Engineering, and today's subject topic is camber and factors from the unit of highway geometrics. Objectives: on completion of this class, you would be able to state elements of geometric design of highways, definition of camber, importance of camber and road structure and geometry, functions of camber, standard values of camber as per IRC, disadvantages of steeper camber. So what do you mean by camber? So where it is used this camber, and why, and what are the uses, why the camber is required in transportation engineering? Let us go into see. In earlier season, we have discussed about the width of pavement of carriageway, shoulders, road width and formation width, right of way, recommended values of carriageway, shoulders, formation width and right of way as per IRC. So in previous class these are the topics. So now objectives. In this class we will discuss elements of geometric design of highways, camber, importance of camber in road section or geometry, and recommended values of camber as per IRC. So these are the very important topics in this chapter. Elements of geometric design of highways. So first of all, design of highway. Some of the types are geometric design. Visual features like camber, super elevation, curves, side distances, etc. And cross sections, pavement design, pavement layers, shoulders, drainage system, etc. Intersection design, junctions, rotatories, flyovers, etc. Design of signaling system, traffic signals, etc. So these all comes under the design of highway. So in order to according to design a highway, so we all need a special features of geometric design. Okay. Some of the elements of geometric design are camber, crown shape of pavement surface to drain of the rainwater, super elevation, cross sloping, horizontal curves, gradients, longitudinal slopes, side distances, safe distances ahead of drivers without any obstructions. So these are the elements of the camber. And geometric design of a road deals with the design of visual features of the road like horizontal and vertical curves, gradients, side distances, etc. Cross section elements like camber and super elevation. Okay. So in order to design the geometric design, so we need the various special features, distances and measurements. And in coming to that, here you can see horizontal and vertical curves, gradients, side distances also required, and cross section elements like camber and super elevation will be there. So camber and super elevation. So camber and super elevations are the two features of the top surface of the road visible in its cross section. So you can see here in this class we will learn about camber. So first of all, here an image is there. You can see this is the camber which is provided. So the top of the one is bearing course, and this is the road level, and this is the base course. So camber is the slope provided to the road surface in the transverse direction to drain off the rainwater from the road surface. Camber is also called as cross fall or cross slope or transverse slope. Usually the camber is provided on the road by raising the center of the carriageway with respect to the edges, forming a crown or highest point on the center line. So here this is nothing but camber is a slope provided at the road surface, you can see, and it is also called as cross fall or cross slope. Okay. Usually camber will be provided at the roads by the raising the center of the carriageway. So in the center of the carriageway the camber will be provided. So you can see the diagram, camber or cross fall of a road structure. So this is the camber or cross fall of a road structure. So you can see b by 2, this is nothing but the distance of and width of the road. This is the road surface, and this is the edge of road, and crown and camber. Okay. So why necessity of camber? What is the use? To drain surface water, to prevent the entry of surface water into subgrade soil through pavement, to remove the rainwater from the pavement surface as quickly as possible, and to allow the pavement to get dried soon after the rain, to separate the traffic in two directions, to improve the appearance of the road. So these are the necessity of the camber. So camber is usually provided. So it will it will drain off the surface water, and next to prevent the entry of surface water into subgrade to pavement, and next is it will remove the rainwater also, and next is it will separate the traffic in two directions. Providing the camber is very useful now. So and it will improve the appearance of the road also. This is a major thing. So next, the rate of camber is usually expressed as in 1 in n. 1 in n. N is means you can see, which means that transverse slope is in the ratio of 1 vertical to n horizontal. Camber is also sometimes expressed as a percentage of road width. Thus, a camber with 2.5% will mean that for 100 meters width of the road, the height shown will be 2.50 meters. So the 2.5% will remain that of the 100 meters width of the road. So the height will be the 2.50 meters. How do you ride a two-wheeler in a curve? Can you ride without bending? What happens if you ride without bending? Who will bend a four-wheeler while moving on a curve? Camber facilitates the above. So these are the doubts we will get while the why camber is provided, what the use of the camber. So you can see now, the rate of camber depends upon the type of pavement surface, the amount of rainfall in that area. For imperious pavement surfaces like cement, concrete or bituminous concrete, flat camber is enough. For pervious surfaces like water-bound macadam or earth roads, which may allow surface water to get into the substrate soil, steeper cross slope is required, and steeper camber may also be provided in areas of heavy rainfall. Steeper camber means that steeper is slope. Okay, heavy slope will be provided at the type of heavy rainfall places. So disadvantages of steep camber. So what are the disadvantages? The drivers will have a tendency to occupy the central portion of road. Since the central portion gets worn out, vehicles moving at high speed will have a tendency to slip toward the edges. Transverse tilt of vehicles causes uncomfortable side thrust and a drag on the steering of automobiles. So here these are the disadvantages of steep camber. So moreover, the steep camber will be providing very less, but in heavy rainfall places only the steep camber will be provided. Okay. So the next, the berms may get washed off due to increase in velocity of rainwater. So this is also one of the disadvantages. And stability of bullock carts will be affected as the center of gravity is high. Discomfort causing for vehicle when crossing the ground during overtaking operations. And next, faster wear of the surface along the wheel path towards the pavement edges. So these are the disadvantages of the steep camber. So some of the recommended values of camber for different types of road surfaces as per IRC. So you can see here type of road surface, ranges of camber in areas of rainfall range, heavy to light. So cement, concrete and high type bituminous surface is 1 in 50, 2% to 1 in 60, 1.7%, heavy to light. And next, thin bituminous pavements are 1 in 40 to 1 in 50. And next is water-bound macadam and gravel is 1 in 33 to 1 in 40, and earth is 1 in 25 to 1 in 33. So these are the recommended values for providing the camber in as per the IRC rules. Shapes or types of camber. The camber shape will be parabolic, elliptical or straight line. Remember this one, it will be in the shape of parabolic, elliptical or straight line. The next, parabolic or elliptical shape is given so that the profile is flat at the middle and steeper toward the edges. Okay, so this is the main thing. Parabolic or elliptical shape is given so that the profile is flat at the middle and steeper towards the edges. Next is parabolic shapes will be helpful for the vehicles which move fast for overtaking to cross the ground. So parabolic is providing one of the advantage for the vehicles. It will move fast, overtaking to cross the ground. So recap. So far we have discussed the geometric design elements of road, camber, types of camber, values recommended for camber. So now we will discuss different ways by which the camber is given to the road surface, shapes of different types of camber. So see here my diagram, shapes of different types of camber. First one is parabolic, second straight line, and W is the length of the road, and this is combined. So these three types of cambers will be providing majorly in the road constructions. So practically also we will be seeing these types of roads, parabolic as well as combined. So these straight line roads are very little bit area to see. Okay, almost all these three types of roads will be constructed. And this is the parabolic camber. This is the major one in provided in all the roads. So this is the regular one, and straight line camber and combined camber. Okay, you can see here. So combination of straight and parabolic shapes. So next, finally, in this class we have discussed the definition of camber, functions of camber, recommended values of camber as per IRC, disadvantages of heavy camber, and types of shapes of camber. Okay. So examination questions are: what is camber? State the factors which affect the provision of camber. And next, state IRC recommended values of camber for any three types of roads. And next, what purposes are several by providing camber. So list the advantages of heavy camber and draw the sketches of different types of camber. Okay. So these questions are very important. So write your notes and prepare your notes of these questions and answers in examination. These are the essay type of questions. Okay. So now, this is the. Thank you. Have a nice day.